Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sen.
15 PCA.
810-454.
Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. So I got reminded of this in the comments. So thank you in the comments for letting me remember this. I'm like, I'm going to talk about this trailer. And I kind of forgot. But now I remember now. Thank you guys in the comments. Let me know about stuff like that. In the, even if it's not about that video, but just let me know when there's stuff like this. There's a trailer, Samurai Bunny. Big Ninja Turtle fans. He was kind of like a crossover character. He had his own storyline. Mm-hmm. But how I learned of the character was through Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, basically. Yeah,
and
same here.
So his comics are a little more like the original Turtle comics. They're very, they're more, I want to say, older teenager to adult.
Yeah, they're not for little kids.
See, I grew up on the original Turtles where it was like everything was like a joke, but it was still cool. So we got a revival of Samurai Bunny, but it's called, it's not him.
Samurai Bunny,
It's Samurai Rabbit. Samurai Rabbit. They don't call him a bunny because bunny's not as cool as Rabbit.
I guess, yeah.
So Samurai Rabbit, the Usagi Chronicles. So he's a Usagi, just not that Usagi from the original.
We're probably maybe even think 100 generations, probably.
It's like futuristic, not super futuristic, but it looks like there's technology, like electricity, and there's buildings, and we saw like a robot, like mech looking thing. So it's he even says this. I want to be like Musashi, or what was he say, Morimoto Usagi? I want to be like him, be a samurai like him.
Right.
So he wants to fight demons and spirits, the yokai, which is like the Japanese spirits. And those who don't know, everything could be a yokai, anything. So a dresser, a freaking trash can, everything has a spirit.
Yeah.
So it could be something as silly as a lollipop all the way up to like a giant freaking machine that could destroy things. So I guess he has to go prove himself. He meets his friends along the way. They kind of like it. So it's kind of like all of the ancestors. So you got the rhino guy, you get the fox girl. So it looks fine. I like the character designs. I guess Fresher Luke, the guy who makes some of the comics I reviewed, I guess he storyboarded some of this. So it's just kind of cool.
Cool.
And
it's a little silly though. It's a little bit silly.
It kind of reminds me of the He-Man reboot.
Yeah.
Nothing bad, but nothing spectacular either.
Yeah.
It's just, but this is I'd rather have that than it be all like political and full of like, it was really a woman.
Yeah, this is really apolitical.
Yeah, it's just everyone goes on an adventure.
Right, and it's something that you could probably bring your kids to watch, and you don't even have to worry about anything super weird or strange.
So he has to like touch this crystal, and it proves that he's like, I guess, part of the bloodline, or he's destined to become like a yokai hunter. And he lets out like a really powerful yokai. He's like, oh crap, I guess so that's going to be like the main bad guy, I'm assuming. So they all get together, they're all going to hunt this thing, and then shenanigans and silly things happen. Whereas he gets to choose his weapon. He's like, oh my goodness, is that like a yo-yo? I was like, oh, that's your weapon. He's like, no, I didn't want that. So
then why'd you grab it for?
Yeah, so now he has like this really...
But here's the thing, it's a good distance weapon.
Right.
And I do, because technically because if you were to use one that was made of steel, you can kill someone.
Yeah, crack someone heads.
Yeah. I've seen people doing yo-yo tricks and actually really hurt themselves, like knock their teeth out on accident with plastic ones. Imagine if they were made with metal and you sharpen the edges or whatever.
Well, and also it gets him to use his classic samurai sword, which is a good idea because we had Ninja Turtles, like the most recent one, where they had to switch weapons.
And they dumped all their weapons and then made fun of their old weapons, and it was stupid. It was dumb.
I hated that.
And Rise.
So I wouldn't want that for him. Like, especially if that's like his ancestor's sword, I want him to use it.
But overall, looks like it's going to be completely 100% adequate.
Yeah.
It didn't blow my socks off. It might tend to be on a little more on the silly side, but there's nothing wrong with that.
You know, at this point, when a show does the thing by the numbers, it's automatically better.
Yeah, it's so funny. This would have gotten lost in the shuffle like in the 90s and 2000s.
Yeah.
But since we've had so many terrible cartoons, this actually kind of rises above just by giving us exactly what we thought it should be.
Yeah, which is crazy and sad.
Yeah, it's not trying to subvert our expectations. It's not trying to say, well, really, he was transgendered. Oh, he's LGBT. Oh, look at this. He's really a black bunny. Or just come up with some crazy thing.
We have so many female writers and so many diverse hires for the writing. None of that. It's just straight up, let's just focus on...
And then, like, not trying to make the characters something they're not. I do like the fact that when he's like speaking Japanese, it sounds really authentic. It sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it sounds.
Yeah, and actually, I'm a big fan of this character, and I'm just hoping that this is just adequate enough just to get me to want to watch it. You know, it doesn't get me bored.
Like the new He-Man in Masters Universe. Yeah. Where, okay, they'll change some stuff. That looks like the...
That's in the future, too.
The Kasune character, who's like the Fox character, is going to be... She kind of reminds me of Styx from Sonic Boom.
A little bit, yeah.
Where, like, she'll be like the one who's like, come on, let's get out there, guys, let's go! Like, and be a little too, like, energetic, but hopefully... People get, character growth where they're not always just silly. Maybe there's a reason why she's like that.
Right.
Maybe there's they give us some backstories. The Rhino guy, of course, he's going to be the big strong guy.
A little bit of depth. Not a ton of depth, just a little bit so we know the reason why they are.
I'm not expecting, Berserk, but it doesn't look horrible either. So, adequate. Yeah. Very adequate.
Yeah.
Crimson's in here. Thanks for watching the video. Remember, you can contact us on any of the social media platforms in the description down below. And while you're here, be sure to click on one of the videos over on the right.